Welcome to Cedar Club, Quincy's favorite local bar. A friendly corner bar with a laid-back atmosphere and affordable drinks. It's the perfect spot for a great time. With entertainment galore, including shuffleboard, golden tee, pool, foosball, and winning gaming machines. Cedar Club's latest edition is the best spot to catch your favorite game. Great drinks, great friends, and great times. Cedar Club, 20th and Cedar in Quincy. Hey everybody, welcome to the Daily Muddy. I'm Ashley Conrad. Joining me today, Mark Schneider with Mark Twain Museum and Boyhood Home. Welcome,
Correct.
Mark. How are you?
Very good. Thank you very much.
Good. So we were talking before we got started about all the cool stuff coming up. Of course, Mark Twain, the Mark Twain Museum in Hannibal, Missouri is a cool place to visit. Especially if you're from here, but also for people traveling even internationally, which is, we're going to have a lot of opportunity to show off, not only Hannibal, but the museum.
Right.
Coming up, some really big things that I had no idea. So I'm sure our viewers and listeners also may, they may be open to some more learning, right?
Yeah,
so
for sure.
Let's talk about the first big thing we're talking about, which is James.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. So James was released in 2024. It's called James, a novel by Percival Everett. It is a retelling of Huckleberry Finn through Jim's eyes.
Cool.
It has won Book of the Year awards through many organizations up and down many different categories, and New York Times bestseller this year as well.
Outstanding.
And so according to Amazon.com, it is actually in development for a feature-length film to be produced by Steven Spielberg. So there's been all kinds of other names tied to it as well. This obviously already shines a light on Hannibal, Missouri.
Absolutely.
We, as the Mark Twain Boyhood Home and Museum, one of our properties is the Huck Finn House, Tom Blankenship's house. So, this is another opportunity to show how important and how relevant Mark Twain and his works still are.
Right.
And it's a reason to show off Hannibal.
Absolutely.
And show off what we have. So, we hope that, obviously, that this really does shine a very big positive light on us, gives us an opportunity for more and more guests and travelers.
Right.
It's a huge opportunity for us and for all of Hannibal and
Right.
the area, really.
And surrounding areas.
Yeah,
I was going to
for
say,
sure.
so the last time we were over there, I don't remember why we were there, but we met a huge family from Hawaii. And, sometimes being a hop, skip, and a jump, across the bridge, sometimes we can take it for granted.
Sure.
And we don't really... we don't do enough to appreciate what we have. But when you see people coming in from all these different areas, and you kind of, it reminds you of the relevance
Yep.
and the interest in, Mark Twain and Huck Finn, and that's history.
Oh, yeah,
right.
for
So
sure.
having this book and hopefully a featured film, especially by somebody Spielberg, that is definitely going to highlight Hannibal and the museum for sure.
Yeah.
Then you also have the 250 year anniversary. Is that right?
So
coming up?
2026 is going to be a really, really big year.
Yeah.
So that's going to be the 250th celebration of the birth of America.
Yep.
So that semi-quincentennial, if I'm not mistaken. And so that will obviously coincide. Well, not obviously. That will coincide with the 150th anniversary of the publication of The Adventures of Tom Sawyer.
Very cool.
So in our eyes, that will mean that America will be looking inwards. They're looking for Americana. They're looking for, America's past and America's history. Well, we've got a slice of apple pie with a big old piece of American cheese right on top.
Right.
And it's real sweet, and it's real good.
Yes.
And you can come sample it all you want. Again, it's another way to show that what we do in Hannibal and the town that we are involved in is still relevant. Yeah. It's still important to America.
Yeah.
It still means something. And so we're going to take that opportunity again to highlight America's adolescence. Tom Sawyer is the story of adolescence. So how does that mirror the adolescence of America,
right.
the growth, the bravery, the imagination, all of those things captured in adolescence, that captured the spirit of America at that time.
Right, right.
So
Very
we're
relevant.
really going to mirror that come that time. June is when, June 9th, I believe, is the actual anniversary of the publication.
Okay.
So we're going to hope to have some pretty big programs going on around that time. So definitely be paying attention to that. It's just one of the things that continues to highlight exactly what Mark Twain has meant, not only to Hannibal, not only to this area, but to America and to the world.
Absolutely.
So,
yeah. And then one more big thing, and then we'll kind of backtrack because I want to talk about the origins of the museum and get a little bit more information on that. But World Cup.
Yeah.
Okay, so when you brought up the World Cup, I was like, what in the hell does that have to do with Mark Twain, right?
Sure.
You got some good points here. Let's hear them.
So the World Cup is, again, just from our eyes, another opportunity to show the world what Hannibal is and what Mark Twain is and what his works meant to the world. The World Cup is going to be hosted in North America in 2026. Excuse me. Kansas City is a host city for that, meaning from mid-June to mid-July, they're going to be hosting games. Obviously, these are countries from all over the world that are coming in to watch these games.
Right.
St. Louis is the only international airport in the area. I-70 is scheduled to be under construction in 2026, so we are going to encourage those international travelers to come up 61 north, to come to Hannibal. You don't go to Egypt and not see the Nile,
right.
So if you're going to come to Missouri, you're going to go see the Mississippi River. There's no better place to see it than Hannibal, Missouri. Also, international readers know who Mark Twain is.
Right.
Mark Twain was the first international American celebrity. They know who Mark Twain is. They know his works. His works have been published in every language all over the country.
Right.
We get visitors from every reach, all over the place. You name it, they're there. So we see this as a huge opportunity that they're going to see that they can come up 61, visit the boyhood home of Mark Twain, see where these stories were inspired,
Right.
and then travel across 36 over to Kansas City to go
There
to the
you go.
games. We're also going to take the opportunity in between those games. Listen, this is a day trip.
Yeah.
You can make it over here on one tank of gas. You can make a day trip of it. Then you can go back and watch your team play again.
Right.
So we have, again, a unique spot, a unique opportunity to really highlight the area and highlight what we do, and especially highlight Mark Twain and the boyhood home.
Absolutely. Lots of opportunities coming up for sure. But every day is a good day to go visit, especially if you haven't been. But you have some new things coming up as far as curator exhibits.
Mm-hmm.
And talk a little bit more about that, because I don't want to
Sure.
I don't want to blow that.
No, I appreciate that.
Sure.
Because if you're like me and you grew up in this area, you've probably taken every school trip that you ever took was over to the Mark Twain Boyhood Home and Museum. Your kids have probably been over there. If you haven't been over there with your kids, I highly recommend that.
Yeah.
When I first took this job, I took my kids over there just to kind of see, were they going to be interactive? Were they
Sure.
going to be interested
Are they
in
going to
this?
care about this at all? Yeah.
How am I going to market this?
Right.
My kids pushed every button. They sat in every seat. They read every tile, and they're 12 and 16 years old.
Very cool.
So it's still relevant in their minds. It's still fun in their minds. We spent hours taking the tour and doing the things in the museum gallery down the road at 120 North Main. So it's definitely there. It's definitely something that you should do if you haven't done in a while. But
Right.
we're also going to have some new things that are hopefully going to attract people that maybe think, well, I've seen everything over
Sure.
there.
Yeah.
Many people know the name Henry Sweets. He was the curator at the Mark Twain Boyhood Home and Museum for a long time. He was the director of the museum. He's been everything to the museum. Him and his wife Nancy were pillars in the Hannibal community for a long time. They have recently moved to Omaha, Nebraska. If Henry gave you a tour of the Mark Twain Boyhood Home and Museum, he would give you all these interesting facts. And if he gave you that tour a year later, it would be the exact same tour with the exact same interesting facts.
Right.
And these are facts that nobody else knows except probably Henry. For instance, did you know that great big stone wall there behind the Boyhood home, I like to call that the original firewall. That was built because on the other side of that wall used to be a lumber yard.
Okay.
So they built that great big stone wall to protect the Boyhood home in case the lumber yard caught fire. It's a firewall.
Okay.
So that was also
Interesting.
a WVA project. So if you look closely at that wall, you can see different styles of stone laying.
Right.
You can see where the building used to rest up against the wall. You can see the archways are all different because they were practicing and training on the wall.
Okay.
So they used it as an actual training unit for people that were stone layers.
Interesting.
That's something Henry Sweets knew.
Yeah. I didn't
Okay?
know that.
So
yeah.
Henry Sweets knows it, and now he's in Omaha.
Sure.
Well, we recorded over 40 interesting facts that Henry Sweets knows about the Mark Twain Boyhood Home and Museum and the surrounding area, and we put them on QR codes.
Okay.
So now when you walk around, you can scan these QR codes with your phone, and if you've got your personal listening devices in, whether it's your AirPods or your earbuds
Right.
or your whatever they are, you're going to hear Henry Sweets tell you a little something, a little interesting fact about the
Very
Mark Twain
cool.
Boyhood Home and Museum.
Yeah.
So even if you've been, and even if you think you know everything that's going on there,
Right.
I recommend you come back and you take that tour because
Right.
you're going to learn something that you've never learned before.
Right.
And trust me, you're going to go,
Huh.
yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I love it. So lots of opportunities for, shining the spotlight on such a cool organization, such a cool, just a landmark. You just got a lot of opportunities coming up. But yeah, if you're from around this area, take the short trip over and check it out again. Maybe check out the book and
Yeah.
James. I mean, I think that would be just outstanding to read. And then stay tuned for a lot of cool things coming up. You'll have to come back and chat with us more about a lot of this stuff.
So one thing to definitely pay attention to in 2025, in May, Ron, make sure I get his name right so I don't embarrass myself, Ron Chernow.
Okay.
He is a Pulitzer Prize winning biographer. He won a Pulitzer Prize for his biography on President Washington.
Okay.
He also wrote the biography on Alexander Hamilton that inspired Lin-Manuel Miranda to write Hamilton.
Okay.
This guy is a big-time biographer.
Yeah.
He is releasing his biography on Mark Twain in May of 2025.
Wow.
Highly anticipated. He is coming to the home in June of 2025 to do a solo talk about the book, do a Q&A, do a signing.
Wow.
We're finalizing all those details now. It's going to be hopefully a huge event. The biography, I'm sure, will be, again, another New York Times bestseller.
Yeah.
Who knows what kind of prizes it might be nominated for. This
Sure.
guy has an amazing reputation. So we are extremely excited about that. So, again, the relevancy.
You guys are gonna be busy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
The relevancy and importance of Mark Twain and the Boyhood home and the properties in Hannibal, it's not going anywhere.
Yeah.
If anything, it is ramping up, and we are here for the smoke.
Yeah.
We want to be a part of it.
Oh, yeah.
And
Yes.
we are not going to sit idly by.
Yeah.
We are going to go for it.
Grab on.
And you are going to hopefully see the results.
Yeah.
And hopefully all of the area.
Yeah, surrounding area,
We'll see
Hannibal,
the
everywhere.
results.
Yeah, of course, we're always trying to bring people in. Tourism is, it's a great way of life. It's a great source of revenue, but also just, highlighting what's so great about our communities and things we have to offer. I think it's outstanding. So kudos to you. Kudos to all the opportunities coming up, and hopefully that, not hopefully, I know it will turn into be just awesome, awesome events for you. So real quick, the origin of the museum, who started it? Why?
Sure.
When?
Well, it's actually the oldest home preservation in America.
Okay.
It's been around since it was put up in, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, let me make sure I pull up my facts here, 1843, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see. It was given to the city of Hannibal in 1912. I can tell you that much.
Okay.
It was built in the 1800s.
Okay.
It has been a nonprofit organization for a very, very long time.
Okay.
I think something that's important to point out about our history is we do not receive any city, county, state, or federal tax funds.
Okay. Gotcha.
We survive on admissions, gift shops, grants, and donations.
Okay.
So, it's been amazing that it's been able to survive and be able to thrive this long.
Sure.
We've acquired the different properties throughout, and we've grown throughout. The museum gallery, which is actually down the block, a couple of blocks from the historic properties, is actually a historic property onto itself. There at 120 North Main, which is where the exhibits are downstairs, and then we have the Norman Rockwells, the original 15 Norman Rockwell paintings upstairs. That's where my office is if you ever want to stop by and say hello. But anyway, over time, acquiring all of these properties and growing, we've actually created a campus.
Okay.
And we feel like this campus environment, much like a major university campus grows, it involves businesses, homes, organizations. So all these things are part of our campus, and we're just happy that it's been around as long as it has.
It's sustaining, it's awesome.
And again, with these new opportunities that we see coming, we think that we can build on that history.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Again, like I said, with it being in around since Mark Twain, I mean, obviously it was erected for them.
Sure.
He lived in it from the ages of 4 to 17. So it's been around since he lived in it.
Yeah.
Some other people did live in it after him. Some other families lived in it after his family did not anymore.
Right.
But quickly after that, it did turn into the museum.
Okay.
The caretaker lived upstairs while the front room was the museum.
Yeah.
Then what happened was then they built a stone building next to it. That became the museum.
Okay.
And then the Boyhood home stood by itself. Then they were told, okay, you can't have people walk through the Boyhood home anymore. It's just not stable enough.
Sure.
So that's when they added the steel structure around it. And they kind of incorporated all of those different things in. So again, it's grown from that Boyhood home and continued to expand into the properties that you see now on the mall area. Some of those have been brought over to that area. Some have existed in that area. So it's just continued to expand since then. And, the plan is to continue to innovate and change and make it something that's going to be around for generations.
Yeah. Excellent.
That's the whole point.
That's the point.
That's the whole point.
Preserve and bring awareness and hopefully grow. I think it's just real cool, and I have no doubt that all of these opportunities are going to culminate into one awesome experience for everybody to go. Just a great opportunity for people to go check things out, and stay tuned for more cool stuff coming up. Mark, I hope you come back. I know you got a lot going on, but we're always happy to see you and talk about all these things. So
I could talk for a long time about it. And I think that there's always something going on. So anytime you want to have me, be happy to come back.
Perfect. Okay, real quick before we go, if people want to go check it out, where do they see the actual home and museum?
Sure. So Hannibal, Missouri, come on down. Right there in downtown, take the first exit off the bridge. The address of the museum gallery is 120 North Main. That's where our offices are located and stuff. But the homes are down on the other side of the main street a little bit. So you can start your tour either at the Interpretive Center, or you can start it at the museum gallery. Either way you want to start, you can buy tickets at both, and you can start at either place. So you actually get 8 buildings for the price of 1. So come on down. We're open every day except Christmas, Thanksgiving, Easter, and New Year's Day. So we're always there. We're always happy to, try to be hospitable to everybody and all of our guests. It's it's always something's going to be waiting for you.
Yeah,
So
pretty
come
incredible.
on down. Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate you coming in to chat.
Thank you
Look
so
forward to
much.
seeing how things go this year and the next
Yeah.
year. All right, cool. Well, thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Thanks.
Coming up next, I sit down with Melissa and Shaylin Bunch to talk about a fundraiser for Jenni Moran. Stay tuned.
The Tower, a great place to meet and eat. But did you know the Tower has one of the finest drink selections in our area? Along with its incredible Mexican menu, the Tower specializes in tequilas for every taste. Names like Patron, Cabo Wabo, and Hornitos. And don't forget the margaritas. On Mondays and Tuesdays, stop by and pick up a single topping pizza and get Tower margaritas to go. Enjoy the Tower at home or in our dining room, bar area, or the Tower's signature climate-controlled porch. The Tower Pizza and Mexican in Quincy.
Welcome out to Kelly's on Broadway tonight. We're drinking cold beer and it feels so right. I'll meet you out on Broadway underneath Shamrock Light. We're gonna have a good time on the patio tonight. There's a party down at Kelly's on Broadway tonight. We're drinking cold beer on a champagne night. We're feeling all alone and you got no place to go. So come down here and drink a beer on Kelly's patio. Kelly's a fun place to eat and drink. 2902 Broadway.
Welcome to the Abbey, a Quincy tradition. With 6 big screens, a new larger kitchen, and now more seating capacity, the Abbey is the place to be before, during, and after the big game. Come enjoy fan favorite appetizers, steaks, burgers, and a variety of daily food and drink specials. Can't join us? Carryout is available too. Now with a convenient drive-up window to better serve you. 1736 Spring in Quincy. Opens at 3 p.m. Tuesday through Sunday. Come join all your friends at the Abbey, a Quincy tradition.
The Liquor Booth is your home for a huge selection of beer, wine, and spirits. The Liquor Booth has 2 locations in Quincy, 3520 Broadway and 1500 North 12th Street. The Liquor Booth, where it's always happy hour.
Are you looking for the perfect venue for your next special event? Check out Utopia Event Center. Utopia has a large banquet room and an awesome bar area, perfect for anything from birthday parties to formal corporate meetings. It also offers a photo booth, stage for a DJ or a live band, and a fully stocked bar, all for only $300. Check us out at utopiaeventcenter.com or call Barn at 217-430-6559 for more information. Utopia Event Center, 900 North 12th Street in Quincy.
Instant Replay is your local sports bar. With 18 big screen TVs, we have all the sports packages from college games to pro games. We offer daily drink specials, and come check out the Bullpen, our newly renovated beer garden. Instant Replay, 2739 Chestnut in Quincy.
And welcome back. Joining me now, Melissa Bunch and Shaylin Bunch. Welcome.
Thank you. Nice to be here.
Yeah, well, I'm glad you're here. So we're talking about something very, very special, very endearing to our community, and that is Jenni Moran. And you girls have a lot of ties with her, as well as I know the rest of the community. She was very beloved in our community. She was a teacher for a long time. And Jenni passed away not too long ago, right?
In October.
In October. So real quick before we talk a little bit more about that. So Melissa and Shaylin, we were talking about how you knew Jenni. So it's like 7 degrees. You knew her from all over, right?
Yeah, well, my husband and I were friends with her in college.
Okay.
And I babysat her daughter for a lot of years. And then
Yeah, she was my cheer coach for all of 4 years of high school, so she really impacted who I was, and she honestly made me decide what I wanted to do as a career.
Yeah, so very impactful. Which I think a lot of people knew the impact of Jenni, and that's one reason that we want to kind of give back in her memory, right?
Right.
So there's a fundraiser coming up, a fundraising opportunity for everybody to get involved and kind of help shine a light on how great Jenni was, right?
Yeah.
So let's talk a little bit about the fundraiser, and then we'll talk a little bit about what those funds are going to. Okay, so the fundraiser is Sunday, January 19th, so coming up.
Yep. It's
Okay.
from 6 to 9 at St. Francis's, or St. Anthony's, I apologize.
Okay,
St. Anthony's Hall,
the parish hall.
Parish Hall.
Okay.
Yeah. on St. Anthony Road.
Okay, and it's from 6 to 9.
Right.
You have a lot of fun stuff, a lot of great opportunities for people to come and enjoy the fellowship of one another, but also some pretty cool things, right? You have a raffle.
We're going to do a basket raffle, and we've got several of those to give away, and then we've got a bake sale and also a trivia night.
Okay.
With a lot of, before Jenny passed, this was originally supposed to be a fun thing for her birthday, because her birthday would have been this month.
Okay.
So we had asked her kind of what she wanted, like, as far as
Now, don't you
ideas.
cry. You're going to make me cry, okay, Melissa? No, you're good. I'm kidding. It is. She, I think, of course, the community suffered a great loss, but being so close to her, I can only imagine, the grief that you're experiencing. So I was just giving you a hard time about crying. I totally understand it. But so her birthday is in January?
It is in January.
Okay,
yeah,
so you're doing this fundraiser. It's really good timing. So you're doing trivia, which is something that she loves.
Yeah, and she gave us kind of the categories, and
Okay.
some friends that kind of ran with that
So she's
idea.
curated
Yeah,
this.
she was involved in
Yeah.
the planning up to that
So
point.
she'll definitely
So-
be there, in spirit with us all. And what a very incredible thing to do. Perfect timing, and especially for an amazing person. So you're going to do trivia,
Right.
which Jenny helped coordinate and curate. How much is it for a table?
It's for 8 people. It's $160.
Okay.
A table.
Okay.
And then we're gonna do the mulligans.
Oh, so
for
if you're
that,
really
too.
bad at it, like I am, then you get some free chances.
Yeah,
Is that right?
yeah.
Okay. All right. And then, are you going to have food and drink? Is there?
The plan is to do some like made rights, maybe some chips.
Okay.
And then some drinks for free will offering.
Gotcha. Yeah, that'll be nice. And then, of course, you have the raffle, and then all proceeds are going to.
Toward her daughter's education.
Okay, and how her daughter is
She just turned 11.
11, and her name is
Hadley.
Hadley. That's what I thought. So, what better way to go and support a family who has dealt with a devastating blow, as well as friends? Go show your support. And also have a good time in Jenny's memory, right?
Yeah.
So Jenny was a teacher for how long?
Like 25 years.
25 years in the
Around
Quincy
there,
Public
yeah.
Schools, right?
Yeah, she worked at Baldwin, and then she worked at the high school.
Yeah. And then she was married, is that
Mhm.
right?
Yeah,
Okay, Tom.
Yeah.
And they are, left behind to carry on her memory, as well as her close friends and other family,
Mm-hmm.
which it sounds like you are doing really well to coordinate this and help.
Yeah, another friend of ours, Tara
Okay.
Smith and I.
Tara Smith.
Are
You're taking it all on. Yeah, it's a lot.
We've
It's
got
a
some other
lot.
friends of hers that are helping with different
Right.
aspects of it.
So now for the raffle, I assume you've had businesses pitch in, and are you still looking for more raffle items?
I think we're probably good
Okay.
on it as raffle items.
Okay.
We've had a lot of people
Donate.
baskets.
Sure.
So
Yeah, something for everybody, I'm sure.
People have been very generous.
helpful. Yeah, excellent. So, if you are interested in, going to celebrate the life of somebody who is amazing in our community and in her loved ones' hearts, of course, head out to St. Anthony's on January 19th, 6 to 9. There is, sounds like what's going to be a fun trivia, even if you're terrible. Hello, me. And then also basket raffle and bake sale, something for everybody. All proceeds go back
Yeah,
to.
we plan on if there's some little kids, we'll have a little.
Yeah,
Yes,
something
there
fun
will
for them
even
to
be
do.
fun games for the kids.
Yeah.
Okay. Are you heading that up?
Yes,
You're responsible
I'm
for
going
that?
to be responsible for that
Yes.
with my friend as well.
Good. Excellent. Well, I love that you're all pulling together. Anything else we should know about Jenny or the event or?
It's just a good way to, I think, celebrate
Yeah.
her life and.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Have one last birthday for her.
Yeah, a great sounds like a great birthday event in memory of her. Told you were going to make me cry. See, it is, it is a very heartfelt thing to do. Of course, suffering the loss of someone is never easy, but it takes a lot of heart and a lot of effort to carry it on in such a manner. So thank you, girls, for doing so. And yeah, I definitely recommend everybody go out, even if you, if you're not good at trivia or if you just go show your support. Go celebrate the life of someone who touched a lot of other lives. Go show support for her family, her 11-year-old daughter, and her friends and family. So thank you so much, Melissa. Thank you so much. I
Thank you for
appreciate you
having us.
both, of course. If anybody has any if they want more information on this, maybe that we didn't cover, where would they go?
We have a Facebook page set up for the trivia night.
Okay.
So you could go to that, or, I've got a flyer here. You can always call me, or you
Okay.
can call Tara. Both of our numbers are on the flyer.
Okay, so now on the Facebook page, do you know what it's called? Is it?
I believe I put it as fundraiser for in memory of Jenni Moran. I
Okay.
think is what I named it.
Okay.
Something
So
along
if you
those
go and
lines.
search
Yeah.
Jenni Moran fundraiser, I'm sure you'll be able to find it for more information, or you can always reach out to us or them. Good luck with the event. Hopefully I'll get to see you there. It's January 19th, St. Anthony's Parish Hall, 6 to 9 p.m. Looking forward to seeing everybody there. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
All right, I think that does it for today's Daily Muddy. We'll catch you back here tomorrow for more.